Hello everybody! Happy Chinese New Year! 새해를 축하합니다. 新年快乐! As some of you may know, Chinese New Year, or Lunar New Year, fell last week on the 1st of February. And celebrations for this last 4 days, especially the day before and the day after New Year's. I spent my time doing some fun filming in Chinese and enjoying some good Chinese food with friends at LTL Mandarin School, who just happen to be in London right now. Don't worry if you don't know about Chinese New Year. It may not be celebrated in your country, and that's fine, because that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. Concentrating on Lunar New Year in Korea, the differences between how it is celebrated in South Korea and North Korea, as well as the similarities on how it's celebrated. So, let's jump right in and learn a little bit about Lunar New Year before we start digging in a little bit further. Chinese New Year is certainly the biggest celebration in the Chinese calendar and remains an important celebration in the Korean calendar, and indeed for all those that use the lunar calendar. It's a very old tradition dating way back even to the 7th century, as Wiki tells me, and therefore, of course, predates separation, and is celebrated in both North and South Korea. During colonial Korea from 1910 to 1945, when Korea was under Japanese rule, the Japanese suppressed the celebration of the holiday, and so for a while it was kind of lost to history. In the 1980s, however, the governments in both North and South Korea respectively decided that due to its historic significance, the Lunar Year should not be lost, and the new Lunar Year celebrations and its traditions were brought back and officially reinstated as the official New Year and public holiday. So as well as similarities, there are also some differences between how these are celebrated, and we're going to have a look right now. So since it's a traditional holiday dating back to pre-separation and way further, many traditions still remain. The day is traditionally spent with family and friends, paying respects to ancestors and performing ancestral rites. People will celebrate by wearing traditional costumes, a hanbok or chosorot in North Korea, and eating traditional foods such as tteokguk. It's really yummy. This is a traditional soup eaten every year for the New Year. Both also do still celebrate New Year's on the 1st of January with fireworks, things like that. So as you can see, in both countries, North and South Korea, the Lunar New Year is just a massive celebration that's for your family. It's the biggest celebration in the calendar in terms of getting together with your family and full of traditions. However, there are of course some differences. So that's what we're going to check out in this next section, the differences between how North and South Korea celebrate Lunar New Year. So the first difference that you might have come across at the start of the video is how you say Happy New Year, how you greet people in North and South Korea on New Year's. So in North Korea, like you heard me say at the start, they say 새해를 축하합니다, which means congratulations on the New Year, Happy New Year. In the South, however, they say 새해 복 많이 받으세요, which pretty much translates to may you have lots of luck in the new year. Another significant difference is that in North Korea, there is no mass migration, which you'll definitely witness in South Korea. This is just because many people in South Korea who have moved out of the countryside, out of their hometowns and moved into bigger cities, they will all go home over the Lunar New Year. This happens in China as well, and it's known as one of the world's biggest migrations, where all of the Chinese people, they basically empty out from all the big cities and head back to their hometowns. It's really hard to buy a train ticket during this time. You'll find that big cities such as Beijing and Shanghai are really empty with hardly anything open because everyone has gone back to their hometowns. There are also a few things specific only to North Korea, and that includes things like paying a visit to the statues of the leaders to pay their respects and lay down flowers. There may also be some mass dances and some other things. This year in North Korea, Kim Jong-un and his wife attended a New Year's concert in Pyongyang.
여사와 함께 극장 관람 속에 나오신 공연을 관람했습니다. 예술인들을 따뜻이 축하하셨습니다. 공연에서 출연자들은 반만년 민족사의 관록 있는 중요 예술 단체들이 출연한 공연 무대.
The following are some more shots from North Korean state media showing how the Lunar New Year was celebrated in North Korea this year. This Lunar New Year is the year of the tiger, and this is an example of the type of greeting you might receive in North Korea. It roughly translates to, "For my loved ones in 2022, through receiving the energy of the tiger, wishing a year which is even more full of happiness and love and is more healthy." So that's it. Lunar New Year celebrations throughout the Korean peninsula, north and south. Let me know how you celebrated this year, if you celebrate the Lunar New Year, and where you're celebrating it this year. Thanks for tuning in, and once again, Happy New Year. 新年快乐, 새해를 축하합니다. Bye bye. Today I'm going to leave you with a Happy New Year's message from North Korea. As you can see from the start of this video, it was meant for Happy New Year's wishes on the 1st of January. Nevertheless, I thought you might enjoy it as part of this Lunar New Year video. The translation here roughly reads, "As we meet the new year, wishing success in your business and work affairs and the happiness of your family." I also want to say an extra special Happy New Year, 新年快乐, 새해를 축하합니다 to my patrons C.T.F, James and Charles. Thank you so much for supporting my channel, help me keeping it going, and have an awesome new year, a great new year of the tiger.